My name is Flo Lingenhel, PDJ number 77589, and I'm part of Team MVP. Been on the team since 2018 and willkommen to my In the Bag. I'm using the MVP Voyager Pro bag, James Conrad edition. Beautiful bags, really like those blue and light brown bags. I also got a dark red at home, might use this one soon. And this one has a lot of space, the side pockets especially. I can fit a rain jacket inside, all my valuables and a lot of towels too. Got me covered. Nothing has changed. Still using the Atom. I've been using them since 2015, so over a decade now. I've been one of the only members of Team MVP to use them for a long time, but let's go. But they are not my only putting putters. I also have a glitch, and I always carry a glitch around with me to play catch with other people, but there's also one in my bag at all times, because sometimes I have really touchy long putts or soft approaches that I have to do, and nothing but the glitch can manage that. Then, two low glide throwing putters, the Range and the new Stasis, still a prototype. And the Range is a bit shallower, it's also a tiny bit understable, so I like it for soft any approaches, backhand and sidearm. For sidearm it's great because most puddle top putters are a bit too deep, and the Range doesn't have that, so great for that. Someone like Jeremy Colling also really likes to use it, and Eagle. The Stasis is a bit more overstable. I like it for straight to slightly overstable approaches with distance control. Then, my favorite throwing putter, also an Atom, but premium plastic, Proton. It's the straightest putter I've thrown over the years. It's got a surprising amount of glide, but it doesn't drift too much. I really appreciate that. It's pretty point and shoot, but goes pretty far too. So, best of both worlds. And the other one is an Entropy. Right now I only have the Electron Entropy in my bag. It's not as overstable as a regular Entropy, a premium plastic one. But for the courses I'm playing right now, it's enough. And on slower approaches, it still got a lot of stability. And when I throw it really hard, it stays straight for a long time. And in the last 20% of the flight, it hooks up. On to the mid-ranges. James Conrad Detour. This is a workhorse for me, especially on sidearm, and I also use it a lot on wooded courses, both backhand and sidearm. But on the usual courses I play, it's mostly a sidearm disc when I need a lot of accuracy, when I have to down tempo and just hit it at the right angle. This one does exactly what I want it to do, and I can't imagine my bag without it. Next, the Echo. I have pretty long fingers, so instead of the hex I like the Echo a bit more because it's a bit deeper. Obviously, because of that it drifts a bit more, since it has a bit more dome too, but it's enough for that slot. I like that point and shoot character of the hex, but I got other discs to cover that, and the Echo is really for those slow turning drifting shots. Both sidearm and backhand. I love the grip on both. Great disc. The Reactor is my point and shoot mid-range, especially when it's a bit beat in. It fits that slot pretty well. And it also handles quite a lot of torque. It's probably one of the farthest flying mid-ranges I know. I know a lot of people say that about the Hex, but in my opinion, the Reactor goes even a bit further. Great straight flying mid-range. And then, if it's not stable enough, my old stamp by the way, praise the disc. Tell me if you know the reference of the pose. And yeah, this one has a bit more stability. It's a bit slower than the Reactor, so when I need that tiny bit more fade, or when I need it to not flip over as much, then I use the Tempo. And my last mid-range right now is the Pyro. It's pretty overstable, especially in this plasma plastic. and I can hammer it. It never flips. It got a lot of integrity on all angles, and I know exactly what it does. It's probably my most comfortable approach mid-range inside 300 to maybe even 350 feet. It took me a long time to discover the Crave and I didn't like to throw down-tempo shots a lot back in the day. I have an ultimate background, then learned to throw hard with disc golf, and now I'm stepping back and I'm getting these down-tempo shots back into my game. This one is great when I have the right touch on it. I really like it for sidearm. I use it a lot more on the sidearm because I have more touch, especially for up to 250 feet with it. And for backhand, it only really sees play on more wooded courses where I really have to hit my line well, but still get a lot of distance. And I used to throw a lot of resistors, but this is the only one left. It's a straight resistor. It also got a surprising amount of dome. Resistors usually don't have that, but I found this run. It's pretty interesting. It's great for what I need right now. It doesn't flip over, but carries pretty far because of the dome and has a subtle finish at the end. You never say subtle about resistors, but this one is. And my overstable resistor, my past team series from 2023, got replaced by the Turbulence. The Turbulence also has a paddle top, so I got 3 discs with a paddle top in my bag. With that low glide, it's great for those very exact overstable fairway shots. It's only a 7-speed, so I can really crank on it. It doesn't go too far, and it also fights the wind pretty well. But it's not a meat hook, so I can put it on a line and it doesn't dump too fast. So it's pretty accurate too. Then, okay, this one is kind of a paddle top too, I must say. It's a Fireball. It's a very overstable proton fireball. Sorry, I haven't watched a lot of Dragon Ball, but someone gave me this stamp because he knew I'm an anime fan, and I really dig it. Guess I have to watch Dragon Ball at some point to give it justice, but yeah, it's my most overstable disc in the bag, and it's great for those spike hyzers and extreme flex lines. Hummingbird Tesla, also a 9-speed like the Fireball. It's way less overstable, and I know most Teslas are kind of overstable, but this one's pretty straight. It's a Simon Lizotte Hummingbird Tesla. He has used it, I think, in 2024 a lot, and also got this sweet team series with MVP. So I like these Teslas the most. I can throw them pretty much point and shoot, and they never overturn. Even when there's a lot of headwind, I can really trust those on those straight controlled lines. Then my favorite fairway driver of them all, the Amp. And Eirik, who is behind the camera, traded me this for a Lizotte Tesla, and he gave me this sweet amp. I didn't have a plasma amp left. MVP, please put them back in stock. It's great that you do those special releases for the Music City Open, for example, but please bring the Neutron and Plasma amps back. It's the best fairway driver you have. And with 8 speed, 5 glide, minus 1.5 and 1, it's that awesome, slightly understable fairway that just drifts over, holds the angle for a while, and settles back flat gently. I really love it for sidearm. It's my most thrown sidearm disc, and on backhand it creates some really nice slow drifting S-curves. Can't go without it. And then the last of my 9 speeds, the Virus. The Virus, especially in proton plastic, isn't as understable as you might expect at a turn of -3. It does have a lot of turn, but it never really burns over. So it really fits that slot where I can really flip it up a lot, but still trust it. And I use it for shorter rollers. I used it on, but that was a Neutron one, at the last Austrian Championships for that insane sidearm cut roller into late turn back to the basket, which more or less kept me in the tournament. The Virus is really a get out of jail free card on rollers, on overheads and whatnot, but also it's just a great sidearm disc. For my arm speed, I can release it on a slide hyzer, it flips up to flat or even a bit over, carries for a long time and comes back. Especially at like 80 to 90% power, it gets me the most easy distance. The distance drivers. I got a few 11 speeds. 3. Firstly, also one of my team series, the Wave. It's a pretty flat wave, but I like that, especially for sidearm. I like more flat discs because my thumb fits on the top a bit better. And it's not quite -2.2. It's a bit more stable, so I can put it on a slide flex and a lot of power on it, and it will carry pretty far. It has a bit more integrity than the Virus, so for those distance shots where I need a little bit more fade, I like to use the Wave. And then for backhand shots, the Wave is that touchy but still far-flying distance driver that I often need. Especially in the woods, I kind of unlocked it over the last year, and now I use it quite a lot on backhand too. Back in the day it was just a sidearm disc, but it's a great flyer for backhand too if you know your exact angles. So you gotta start it on a bit of hyzer, let it ride over, and it will fly a beautiful long S-curve. Then 2 photons. This one has been in the bag for quite some time. It's Juhani Vainio's team series discs from a few years ago, one of my European team members from Finland. And these are Cosmic Neutron, but with a slight dome. I've never seen these because Cosmic Neutron is usually quite flat, but these have that slight dome. They turn a bit. They're pretty much exactly the flight numbers of the photon, and they go pretty far but are also pretty controlled. This one, on the other hand, is board flat, and it's rather 0.3, so pretty much no turn and a lot of fade. I like to crank this over on flex lines. I also like it for high hyzer shots, not quite spike hyzers, but controlled distances, 100 to 120 meters maybe on high hyzer lines. This one is very exact, especially on windy days. I can't go without this one. So the photon combo is my go-to for 11 speeds. And last but not least, most people's favorite discs, the big boys. 13, 14 speeds, starting with the most unstable one, the Mayhem. I've been converted. Last year I played a practice round with James Conrad at the Konopishte Open, and he gave me one of the new Mayhems that are a bit more stable, the ones pretty much all of the pros on Team MVP like, and they really fly great. I can throw them flat and a bit higher on a distance line and they carry forever. They fly out a full S-curve. I can just trust the turn on this one. I don't have to crank it over to get a lot of distance. So this one is the one that gets the most distance easily out of these, and great for long turning distance lines when I have to finish a bit more right. My furthest flying distance driver, the Dimension. The Dimension is irreplaceable, at least this one. It's a patent pending old Dimension. You can't even really see the stamp anymore. It's the Dimension that Simon, Eagle, all the other guys that joined Team MVP originally used. I have no clue how they got their hands on those old patent pending ones, but I don't have those contacts. Please give them to me. And it's probably from around 2016, 2017. I'm not quite sure. I bought it off someone else and I've been using it since then. And it's my furthest flying disc by far. But I really have to crank on this one to get the most out of it. But then it's just booming. The stable side of my furthest flying distance drivers is the Panic. It has a tiny flip to just keep it pushing forward to make it fly far, but then it has a lot of integrity, it stays straight for some time and has a pretty hard finish. So when there's a headwind or when I just need to finish left, I trust this one the most. And that does it for my in the bag.